In a bustling town filled with vibrant markets and towering minarets, there lived a young boy named Aladdin. He was known for his playful spirit and boundless curiosity, traits that often led him into all sorts of adventures and sometimes a bit of trouble. Aladdin lived with his mother in a small, cozy home at the edge of the town. They didn't have much, but they shared a wealth of love and laughter. Aladdin's mother would often tell him stories of magical places and mystical beings, sparking his imagination and fueling his dreams of experiencing grand adventures of his own. One day, as Aladdin was wandering through the market, weaving through the stalls filled with spices, silks, and shimmering trinkets, a mysterious figure approached him. The man was cloaked in a robe that seemed to shimmer with a light of its own, and his eyes sparkled with an unreadable expression. He introduced himself as a magician from a far-off land and claimed to have known Aladdin's late father, saying he had been a good friend. The magician spun tales of a hidden cave filled with wonders beyond imagination, and at the heart of it all, a magical lamp that held a powerful genie. He promised Aladdin that if he helped retrieve the lamp, they would share the treasures within the cave. The prospect of adventure and the chance to help his mother out of their life of poverty excited Aladdin, and he agreed to help the magician. The next morning, under the magenta hues of dawn, Aladdin and the magician set out on their journey. They traveled beyond the town, through whispering sands and over gentle hills, until they reached a solitary spot in the desert marked by a lone, ancient tree. The magician chanted strange, melodious words, and the ground before them trembled and cracked open, revealing a stone staircase that spiraled down into the darkness.
"Only you can enter the Cave of Wonders, Aladdin,"
the magician said, his voice echoing mysteriously in the open air.
"Remember, the lamp is what we seek. Touch nothing else, or you shall face grave peril."
Aladdin's heart raced with excitement and a touch of fear as he descended into the cave. The walls glimmered with crystals that lit his path, and he marveled at the treasures that surrounded him. Mountains of gold coins, precious gems, and artifacts of untold value. But he remembered the magician's warning and resisted the temptation to touch them. Deeper into the cave, Aladdin found the lamp. It was an unassuming thing, covered in centuries of dust and grime. But as he picked it up, a warm glow began to emanate from within. Remembering the magician's eagerness, Aladdin hurried back to the entrance with the lamp in hand. As Aladdin neared the mouth of the cave, clutching the dusty old lamp, he noticed a sudden shift in the magician's posture. The once amiable face melted away, revealing a gaze that burned with unchecked greed.
"Hand over the lamp, boy."
The magician's voice was no longer warm, but sharp and commanding.
"Only then will I guide you out of this place."
Aladdin, his intuition sending a ripple of alarm through him, tightened his grip on the lamp.
"Why do you need the lamp first?"
he asked, his voice steady despite the rising unease. The magician's patience snapped like a thin thread. His voice, now laced with venom, boomed through the cavernous space.
"Foolish boy, do you dare to question me? Your escape hangs by a thread."
With a wave of his hands and a muttered incantation, the air crackled with dark energy, and the entrance to the cave slammed shut, the echo of sealing stone thundering in Aladdin's ears. Alone in the darkness, Aladdin's initial panic gave way to a quiet determination. He examined the lamp more closely, rubbing it in hopes of cleaning it enough to see its design. To his astonishment, the lamp burst forth with a dazzling light, and with a thunderous boom, a magnificent genie appeared before him.
"I am the genie of the lamp, master.
The genie boomed in a jovial voice.
Your wish is my command."
Aladdin was taken aback by the sudden appearance of the genie, but quickly realized the incredible opportunity before him. With a mix of excitement and caution, he wished first for a way out of the cave. In a blink, the cave was filled with a whirlwind of colors and lights, and Aladdin found himself standing at the entrance, the desert sun warming his face. His second wish was for a grand feast for him and his mother, as they had never known such luxury. No sooner had he spoken than a splendid table laden with delicacies appeared before them, their flavors as delightful as their presentation was magnificent. As Aladdin and his mother enjoyed the feast, he told her of his adventure and the genie of the lamp. She listened in awe, her eyes wide with wonder and pride at her son's bravery and good fortune. With the magic lamp by his side, Aladdin's life was filled with wonders that he could have never imagined. He often found himself daydreaming about the majestic palace and the beautiful Princess Jasmine, whose kindness was as renowned as her beauty. From his humble vantage point in the town, Aladdin admired her from afar, his heart yearning for a connection. The thrill of his adventures and the power granted by the lamp emboldened him. One evening, under the blanket of stars, Aladdin held the lamp close and whispered,
Genie, I wish to be a prince. I must win Jasmine's heart, not as a beggar, but as her equal.
With a burst of magical energy, Aladdin's clothes transformed into the finest silks, fit for royalty, and a grand procession sprang forth to herald his arrival at the palace. Mounted on a magnificent horse, Aladdin, now Prince Ali, approached the palace gates, his heart aflutter with hope and trepidation. Upon his arrival, the Sultan greeted him with warmth.
Welcome, Prince Ali. Your visit brings great joy to our kingdom.
Princess Jasmine, intrigued by this new suitor, said,
Your journey must have been long and arduous. Tell us of your lands, Prince Ali.
Despite the grandeur surrounding him, Aladdin felt the weight of his secret heavy on his shoulders. He knew the persona of Prince Ali was unreal, one that hid the truth of his humble origins. Meanwhile, the cunning magician, having discovered Aladdin's transformation, devised a plan to get rid of him. He roamed the town disguised as a merchant, calling,
New lamps for old. Exchange your old lamps for shiny new ones.
Aladdin's mother fell for the magician's trick and mistakenly traded the magic lamp for a regular one. With the lamp now in his grasp, the magician summoned the genie and demanded,
I wish for the palace and all within to be transported to a distant land beyond the reach of any aid.
Aladdin, returning from a trip outside the city, was met with the shocking absence of the palace and his beloved Jasmine. Determined not to be overwhelmed by despair, Aladdin gathered his closest companions, the friends he had made amidst the hustle and bustle of the market where he had grown up. Standing amidst them, his figure silhouetted against the setting sun, he spoke with a conviction that stirred their spirits.
My friends, we have navigated through many a storm together, but the tempest we face now is unlike any other.
The band of friends set forth on a quest that was as daring as it was perilous. Their journey took them across desolate sands and through whispering winds. Upon reaching the displaced palace, now a solitary fortress in a land shrouded in mystery, they devised a cunning plan to infiltrate its walls. The night was their ally, cloaking their movements in shadows as they made their way through the corridors. In the heart of the palace, Aladdin came face to face with the magician. The air crackled as two opponents, one fueled by dark ambitions and the other by the purity of his quest, prepared to clash. It was a duel not of swords, but of wits and will, a battle for the kingdom. With the cleverness that had always been his hallmark, Aladdin outmaneuvered the magician's sorcery, his ingenuity shining brighter than any spell. In the decisive moment, he laid his hands on the magic lamp, its familiar warmth flooding him with a sense of hope. Wasting no time, Aladdin summoned the genie.
Genie, we must undo the wrongs, return the palace to its rightful place, dispel this shadow that has been cast over our land.
he implored. The genie, with a twinkle in his eye that mirrored the stars above, responded,
Your wish is my command, Aladdin. I will do as you bid.
He then nodded and unleashed a maelstrom of magic that surged through the palace and beyond. With a burst of ethereal light that pierced the darkness, the palace was lifted from its surroundings and set gently back home, as if it had never left. As peace was restored, Aladdin stood before Jasmine and the Sultan, no longer concealed by the guise of Prince Ali.
I am Aladdin, a man of humble beginnings. My love for Jasmine is true, and I seek her hand not as a prince, but as myself.
To his astonishment, Jasmine approached, her gaze soft and understanding.
Aladdin, it is your courage and your heart that I cherish most. You have proven that true nobility comes from within.
Aladdin, with a heart full of gratitude, released the genie as his final wish.
You have been a true friend, Genie. Go forth and be free.
He said with a smile. The genie, now liberated, promised,
Aladdin, our paths may cross, but I will always be there should you need me.
before vanishing into the horizon. Under Aladdin and Jasmine's rule, the kingdom flourished, guided by wisdom and compassion. They never forgot the adventures that had brought them together, nor the lessons learned along the way. And so, in a land where the desert kisses the sky, the tale of Aladdin and the magic lamp continued to inspire, a saga of love, courage, and the magic that dwells in the heart of everyone. The end.